Hey guys, I'm here in the beautiful city of Abu Dhabi and I just got something crazy in the mail from Samsung. Samsung's first ever new infinity bezel-less phone aka Galaxy A80 is here. And yeah, I opened the box with a pencil, deal with it. So the box looks really good, showing off the crazy design up front, and towards the back we got our main specification written. It's got the new infinity display which is almost bezel-less.
Almost.
Rotatory camera madness, which is the first we have seen in this kind of implementation, and also we have the 25 hours of super fast charging. Alright, opening up the box, we got the phone up front looking all sexy, wrapped in them protectors. Just gonna put this one on the side and let's take a look at the box contents first. So first up we have the mini box that contains the special Galaxy A80 case specifically designed to work with the rotatory cameras. There is a quick start guide as well, SIM ejector tool, the new 25-watt fast charger inside, which is the same size as the older chargers, but it is of course faster than them. And also there is the Type-C port on the charger. Then comes the Samsung headphones with Type-C. Yes, because the Galaxy A80 does not have the headphone jack. It's one of the first phones to drop the headphone jack, similar to the Galaxy Note 10. So Samsung is pretty much preparing you for the future. Then finally we've got the Type-C to Type-C cable. Now there is no dongle out of the box, so you can't use your old headphones unless you buy the dongle from somewhere on the market. Anywho, let's take a look at this bad boy, looking really shiny, removing all the protectors, and time for the first boot up. And while it's booting up, let's admire the craftsmanship, the crazy design of the Galaxy A80. It is truly unique looking phone. Now it is rocking the full One UI on board, which is similar to the Galaxy S10 family, and it also has optical fingerprint scanner inside the display. So not the 3D one as the Galaxy S10 family. Again, I will be testing its speed really quick. First, I'm going to enroll my finger. Alright, we are done with the setup, and you can see the best part of the phone is actually the display. It's a 6.7-inch 1080p HD Super AMOLED panel, really bright and colorful, very minimal bezels, almost non-existent, all thanks to the crazy rotatory pop-up camera design. This has to be the best implementation to this design, which allows you to use the rear cameras as your front cameras. So you get the same high quality pictures as the rear cameras, no loss of quality. And the way it rotates, oh man, it is addicting. I can play with this all day long. It works great with Instagram and other third-party applications as well. Very quick to launch. The built-in case from Samsung fits nicely on the phone with proper opening. We got the power keys on the right, volume keys on the left, and yes, no Bixby key. With the depth of headphone jack, Samsung also killed off the Bixby key. This is something that I wanted them to do, and they did it. Now you can use the power key as your Bixby key if you go into settings and set it up, but this is entirely up to you if you want to do it. If you don't want to do it, you're not forced to. You can access this option right from the quick toggles area. Samsung has also killed off Bixby on the Galaxy Note 10 model, so we're gonna see the similar implementation on the flagship Note 10 family as well. Now under the hood we've got a Qualcomm Snapdragon 730G chip. It's one of the first phones to have it, and I gotta say this phone is pretty snappy. With 8 gigs of RAM, it will have the best RAM management. As for the benchmark, this phone is almost as powerful in numbers as the Snapdragon 845.
Almost.
I mean, yeah, not quite, but it smokes the Galaxy Note 8 out of the water, so it's right between Snapdragon 835 and Snapdragon 845. Again, I'll be doing a speed test, so stay tuned for that. The fingerprint speed is okayish. I mean, I've seen much faster optical fingerprint scanners on other phones, so this should get improved via software update. Now, what about the cameras on these phones? So it's coming with a triple camera setup on the back, or I should say on the front. I mean, pretty much the same thing. We've got a 48 megapixel main sensor along with 8 megapixel ultra wide angle lens and a 3D TOF sensor for portrait mode. The camera app is filled with a lot of features. Almost all the features that you get on the S10 family are here, and some features which you don't even find on the Galaxy S10 family are here as well. For example, the video live focus, which blurs the background as you record the video. It works with both back and front camera thanks to the added TOF lens. It's got all the other things like the super slow-mo, night mode, etc. As for the picture, the result is pretty good. You can take super ultra wide angle photos thanks to the 8 megapixel ultra wide angle lens. You can shoot 4K videos as well. However, in the 4K video mode, you cannot do wide angle. So to shoot wide angle videos, you have to select 1080p recording spotting. As for selfies, the result is very impressive. Because of the same camera lenses, you get proper ultra wide selfies as well. You get so much area in the photo, which is amazing. Now unfortunately, the wide angle front camera video does not work as of now, so hopefully Samsung might add this with the software update. But on the flip side, you can shoot 4K front camera videos as well, which is pretty good. Now for the battery size, it's coming with a 3700 mAh cell, which should be plenty enough for 1 day of usage. However, I will be performing a battery drain test, so stay tuned for that. All in all, the Galaxy A80 is looking really good. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below and what videos you guys want to see regarding this phone. Drop a comment and also subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.